All right, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, and welcome to kindergarten registration. We are so happy that you are joining us. I'd like to have our staff introduce themselves before we show you a video about kindergarten registration. I'll start with Mrs. Avila.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Avila, and I'm the school counselor here at Kraft. So students in kindergarten get to come to my room once every 6 days for guidance lessons. We do things like learning our skills for learning, how to be good listeners, following directions, learning about our feelings and how to manage emotions. We also learn about problem-solving skills and how to share, take turns, and we have a lot of fun. We do a lot of play activities to practice those skills. And then I also help support students in small groups and individuals as well.
All right, thanks, Mrs. Avila. I'm now going to have all the kindergarten teachers introduce themselves before we go to our other specialists and special area teachers. So Mrs. Sewing.
Hi, I'm Megan Sewing. I'm one of the kindergarten teachers. Anything else you want me to say?
All right, Mrs. Lettner.
Sorry, had trouble. I'm Mrs. Lettner, kindergarten teacher.
All right, Mrs. Newcomb.
Hi, I'm Amber Newcomb.
Mrs. Smith.
Hi, Mrs. Smith, kindergarten teacher.
Mrs. Nunn.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Nunn. I'm excited to see your kids at our school.
Miss Benson.
Hi, I'm Ann Benson, and I am also super excited, as all of us are.
Mr. Fredrickson.
Hello, I'm Tyler Fredrickson, kindergarten teacher, token male.
Miss Schwery.
Hi, I'm Miss Schwery.
Mrs. Rosichka.
Hi, I'm Julie Rosichka, and it's okay to call me Mrs. R.
All right, we also have lots more of special teachers joining us on here. Mrs. Neitzer.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Neitzer. I'm the library teacher at Titan Hill, and I get to come to Kraft sometimes as well. Mrs. Amy is also a library teacher here. Students get to come to the library 2 times in every 6-day cycle, and they get to check out books and take them home, and then also learn lots of skills about how to use the library and also about loving reading and books.
All right, thank you. Mrs. Cunningham.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Cunningham, and I am the talented and gifted teacher for kindergarten through 5th grade. So I'm mostly at Titan Hill, but I come one day a cycle to work with Kraft kiddos too.
Mrs. Lidgett.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Lidgett, the teacher formerly known as Miss O'Connell, and I can't figure out how to change my name on here. So kids come to music and we learn how to play instruments the correct way. We learn how to sing. And they're currently working on a play that we're doing in our room this year. The musical is happening here at Kraft because we are unable to go to the auditorium this year. So I'm not sure if next year will look any different, but we have fun regardless.
And Mrs. Toole. Maybe?
Yeah.
You want to introduce yourself, Mrs. Toole?
Yes, this is Mrs. Toole. I teach PE in the PE gym. And the main thing that the kindergarten will need to know is that they need PE shoes for class. And then we do a lot of moving, coordination, balance. We work on getting along, taking turns, all the things that is so important at this young age. So.
All right. In addition, we have 2 instructional coaches that work in our building. Mrs. Schaefer.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Schaefer. Like Mrs. Knoyer said, I'm an instructional coach. An instructional coach works with all of the kindergarten and 1st grade teachers and preschool teachers as well. And we look at student work and student data with teachers and help them make instructional decisions.
And Mrs. Vinchatto.
Hi, I'm Kelly Vinchatto. I'm also an instructional coach. So I do the same thing as Mrs. Schaefer. I will be in lots of the classrooms working with teachers and students. So I'm excited to see all of the new students that we get next year.
All right. We had a question that came up about having your immunizations. Yes, if you don't have them done now, that is totally fine. We would just need those immunizations brought into us prior to school starting. So once you get those done, just bring them into the school as soon as you get them done. Oh, I forgot one person, Mrs. Lund, sorry, my screen shifted.
That's okay. I'm Mrs. Lund. I'm one of the special education teachers here at Creft. I work with kindergartners and first graders, so I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
All right. Mr. Allen, are you showing the video now, or do we have any other questions that we can answer before the video starts?
We do not have any questions, but
Okay.
yes, we can start the video.
Perfect.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric Knost, otherwise known as DK, and I am the superintendent for our Lewis Central Community Schools. Lewis Central is a place where we are committed to inspiring excellence, and we are committed to creating classrooms and school buildings where all children can learn and grow and thrive and be nurtured on a daily basis. I'm so excited that you have chosen Lewis Central, and in particular Creft Primary, as the school to send your child to for kindergarten. Creft is such a wonderful place. It is one of 4 school buildings in our district. Creft serves preschool through first grade. We have Titan Hill serving grades 2 through 5, the middle school serving grades 6 through 8, and the high school serving grades 9 through 12. We have about 3,000 students enrolled in our school district, and 1 in every 5 students open enroll into our district. If you are a family interested in sending your child to Creft Primary for kindergarten, but you do not reside in the Lewis Central School District, you can open enroll into our district. We would encourage you to visit with our district office. We call it the ERC building. It is on the same campus as Titan Hill Intermediate. And we can get you an application for open enrollment and get you set up to start your child in kindergarten this fall at Creft Primary. Again, we're so excited that you have chosen to send your child to Lewis Central. I look forward to meeting you and working with you and welcoming you as a family in the Lewis Central Community Schools. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the year, and we will see you this fall.
Hi, I'm Beth Smith, kindergarten teacher. Welcome to Creft. I hope you find this video answers all your questions about kindergarten.
I am Ann Nunn, kindergarten teacher. School hours at Creft are 8:30 to 3:15. When your child arrives in the morning, they will have 2 choices. One choice is to eat breakfast. If they choose to do this as they get off the bus or are dropped off by you, they will enter the school and go to the cafeteria to eat breakfast. If students do not want breakfast, the second choice is to go directly to their classroom. The teachers greet students as they enter the classroom.
I'm Tyler Frederickson, kindergarten teacher. At the end of the school day, students will ride a bus or get picked up. At Creft, we utilize School Dismissal Manager for all students who are being picked up via cars or parent walk-up. Information will be sent prior to school beginning about how to register on School Dismissal Manager. We request that each family create a sign with their student's name on it to display on the car window at pickup. This helps us more efficiently get students to their cars and keeps the pickup line moving.
I am Megan Sewing, kindergarten teacher. 3 times during the year, student-led conferences are held, and we will share your child's assessment data with you. We want your child to participate in the conference with you. Creft parents sign up online for conferences through a product called Pick a Time. At this time, we hope to provide options for families to attend virtually or in person. A few weeks prior to conferences, you will receive an email with information on how to use Pick a Time.
I am Amber Newcomb, kindergarten teacher. Each student will be asked to bring supplies if they are able. The supply list can be found online on the Lewis Central website. Click on the For Parents tab at the top of the page. You are welcome to bring your child's supplies to drop-off supply night in August. This event is designed for you and your child to meet the teacher and drop off your child's supplies.
Hi, I'm Julie Rosichka, kindergarten teacher.
Each child is given a communication folder. When we are back in school, this folder will come home with your child daily. We ask that you get in the habit of looking in the folder every day. One side is for items that can stay home. The other side is for notes that need to be returned to school. On the back of the folder will be a page containing contact information. It is very important that this page be kept up to date. We always want to know the best way to get in touch with you if needed.
Hello, I'm Emily Schwery, a kindergarten teacher. Your student's day at Craft will include reading, writing, math, social studies, and science. Students will also have recess, lunch, and related arts classes each day.
Hi, I'm Lori Ann Brome, a kindergarten teacher. In addition to the classroom teacher providing instruction, we have classroom paraeducators to help support our kindergarten students throughout the day. Our goal is to provide a learning environment where children not only grow academically, but also socially and emotionally.
Hi, I am Annalise Lettner, kindergarten teacher. Social emotional learning is important in the development of young children. We teach social emotional lessons in our classrooms and practice these skills throughout purposeful play in our classrooms.
Hi, I'm Skylar Avila, Craft School Counselor. I teach guidance lessons to all kindergarten and first grade students once every 6 days. At Craft, we have a district-wide initiative called PBIS, or Positive Behavior Interventions and Supports. All staff members work with students to create positive, predictable, and safe learning environments. We do this by teaching students procedures to be respectful, responsible, and safe. Each day during the morning announcements, students recite the Titan Pledge.
Hi, I'm Ann Benson, a kindergarten teacher. As a part of our PBIS system, students can earn Titan tickets for showing behavior that is respectful, responsible, and safe. Titan tickets can be given by any staff member in our building. We work toward all school rewards as students fill the Titan Tower with these Titan tickets.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Amy, the library teacher at Craft, and your child will have library twice in a 6-day cycle. One of the days the children will come to the library and work with me, and I will provide library lesson instruction connected to the library standards. Your child will also come on another day to work with Mrs. Skoken, the Craft library clerk, for book checkout on the second library day. Please remember to send the books back so your child can get new books to bring home each time.
Hello, my name is Janine Toole and I teach PE at Craft. We work on balance, coordination, and moving activities. PE is typically a favorite activity of our students, and I ask on days that they have PE that your students wear or bring tennis shoes. I'm looking forward to meeting the students in the fall.
Hi, I'm Erin Lidgett, the music teacher here at Craft. Your child will sing, play instruments, move to the beat, and learn simple music theory in my room. They will even compose a simple song of their own. We have a lot of fun making music together.
Hi, I'm Kim Swanger, and I am the art teacher at Craft. Students have art once every 6 days. I love to incorporate literature and technology into the art lessons. I designed them specifically for the primary students. Teaching and learning with the students is so rewarding.
Hi, my name is Mandy Vincent, and I'm the Assistant Director of Nutrition Services here at Lewis Central. At Craft, we offer breakfast and lunch daily. To participate in the food service program, your child will need a food service account. We will create this after registration. If you have other children in the Lewis Central buildings, we will create you a family account. Your kindergartner will be given a card that will be scanned as they walk through the food line. When your account is getting low, you will be notified. Students will also have a food service card attached to their backpack. When students arrive in the morning, if they choose to eat breakfast, we will scan that card. We have found that that is the most efficient way to get them through the food service line and back to class in the morning. At this time, prices for breakfast, lunch, and milk have not been determined for next year. If you have any questions, please feel free to stop by the Nutrition Services table at registration or send us an email through the Lewis Central website.
Hello, my name is Karen Dunlop. I am one of the 2 office clerks. The school is required to have a copy of your child's birth certificate on file. we will use your child's legal name in our student information system. The birth certificate can be either the hospital or the courthouse copy. One of my jobs is to track students' attendance. Students are counted as tardy when they arrive 5 minutes after school has started or leave 5 minutes prior to the end of the school day. If your child is going to be absent, please call the Craft office, use the attendance quick link on the LC website, or enter it into the school dismissal manager to report your child's absence. If I don't hear from you, I will call and find out why your child is not in school. When your child is absent because of a doctor or dentist appointment, please bring a note from the doctor. Your child's attendance is important. Be sure to schedule appointments on days students are not in attendance. At the end of the day, we want to make sure your child gets to where you intend for them to go each and every day. Parents must make all changes in school dismissal manager prior to the cutoff time.
Hi, my name is Deb Blodgett, and I am one of the district nurses for the Lewis Central School District. Amy Hallam is the other district nurse that job shares with me. And as nurses, our main focus is always on wellness and prevention, and we know and understand that healthy kids make better learners. So with a prevention focus in mind, I'd like to share with you just a few healthy kid highlights as your child enters the kindergarten in the coming year. The state of Iowa has some very specific immunization guidelines for incoming kindergarten students, and students that are not in compliance are not allowed to be in school by Iowa law. So it really is very important for you to schedule your child's kindergarten physical examination. I would recommend right now, and please do not delay because doctor's offices fill up very quickly. In addition to the immunizations, your child will need the following screenings. They need to have a vision screening done. They also need to have a dental screening and a blood lead screening. The forms that you will need to be Iowa Department of Human Services forms, and they are on the Lewis Central website. You can click on Departments at the tab at the top of the page and scroll down to Health Services, and then click on Health Forms, and then you can print them off. They can also be obtained at your doctor's office or the dentist's office. We recommend that you also familiarize yourself with medication policies that are very clearly spelled out in our elementary handbooks. If your child has a medical condition that we need to be aware of, we ask that you make an appointment with us prior to the onset of the school year so that we can have a care plan in place on the first day of school. Heart conditions, asthma, severe allergies that require an EpiPen, seizures and diabetes, or any medically diagnosed bowel or bladder issue are examples of what we need care plans for in order to keep your child safe while they're at school.
Hello, I am Cindy Richter, Transportation Coordinator. Transportation is an important part of our school system. Our goal is to make your child's bus ride the safest it can be. On our craft routes, we have a monitor on each bus. The driver and monitor help students learn bus safety procedures and how to stay safe while riding the bus. Within the first 2 weeks of school, your child will participate in bus safety practice. We want all students to know the bus expectations and how to evacuate should there ever be an emergency event. A safety measure in place at Craft is the bus tag located on every student's backpack. The tag has the student's end-of-the-day directions. Students who ride the bus have his or her bus number located on the tag. These tags are double and triple checked by the adults supervising to ensure all students who ride the bus get home or to daycare safely. We ask that your child keeps the tag on his or her backpack all year long. In August, if your child will ride a bus, you will find out the bus number and pick-up, drop-off times. If you have questions about transportation, you can contact me at the transportation office.
Hi, I'm Erica Canoyer, the Craft Building Principal. I am happy you have chosen Lewis Central for your child to attend kindergarten. The staff and I are here to support the children and families of Lewis Central. We invite you to call on us if we can help in any way. We look forward to working with you and your child next year. All right, thank you everyone for watching that. All right, so do we have any questions? I did just want to briefly mention our student discipline handbook. We have what we call major and minor referrals here. And when students receive those minor referrals, nothing happens. But if they do get a major referral for repeated behavior of some sort, I will, as the principal, call them into my office, and we will probably get you'll get a call from me and probably from the teacher as well. So I just wanted you to know about that. So don't panic. The other thing I wanted to mention was that Mrs. Scheckinger did not introduce herself earlier, so I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Mrs. Scheckinger, and I'm the elementary English language teacher at Lewis Central. So I work at both Kreft and Titan Hill.
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions? There's no questions so far online. Is there anything that any of the teachers want to make sure that they tell parents that we didn't cover in the video, or attendance letters? I'll talk about those also. A lot of parents get those from us and they start to panic. So if your child is gone at 4 days or 8 days, our computer system generates a letter that you'll get from the school as long as you communicate with us. We have doctor's notes, things that they're gone. Nothing will happen. It's just a formality that we go through. If for some reason your attendance becomes chronic, or you're above the 10% absence, then we may get together and Mrs. Avila and I may chat with you, or a school-based interventionist from our district may chat with you as well. So attendance is important, and we do expect children to be here every day. So try to schedule those vacations outside of our school day windows, on the breaks that we have, if at all possible. I believe lunches are free again next year. I think I saw something on Facebook, a great place to gain information, I know, but I think I saw something on Facebook that said we will have free school lunches again next year. As far as finding out about our teachers, you will not find out about those until probably a couple days before school starts. Usually what happens is once we get after our registration fair, then we go back and make sure that we have all the classes put together, and then you receive a letter from us stating who your child's classroom teacher will be. We no longer come in and have a list posted. You just will get a letter about that, and you will get any one of these fabulous individuals here on the screen. Kreft couldn't be luckier. We have some phenomenal teachers here. So your children will be in good hands no matter which classroom they happen to land in. Mrs. Schaefer, you had something you'd like to share.
I just wanted to share drop-off supply information for next year. And actually, I was just pulling up the date. Mrs. Kenoyer, do you have that handy?
Yes, it's Friday, August 20th, I believe, is what we've decided. So we're not sure how that will look yet as a school district. We're hoping that a lot of these COVID restrictions are lifted. However, if they are not, we will figure out something, because we have a pretty creative staff that will figure out how to do it. I know last year we did it outside. So even if you can't come into the buildings, we will still have a thing that night where you can come drop off supplies if you're able to, if you have supplies. If not, no big deal. But kids always love to do that and meet their teacher. So that will be Friday night, August 20th. That's before school starts. I think I'm right. Gosh, now you're questioning it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Does one of the teachers want to answer this question that Mr. Allen just posted in the chat?
I can go ahead and answer that. So we report out every trimester at the end of the trimester with our report cards. So you'll get communication on how your child is doing according to the standards at the end of each trimester. And those will be sent home at the end of each trimester. And in the spring, it'll be mailed to you at the end of the year. And then we also have parent-teacher conferences, student, parent, and teacher conferences 3 times a year as well. And those are typically done I don't know if it's 8 weeks into the school year.
or 6 to 8 weeks. I can't remember exactly, but it's almost like every 8 weeks you're getting some form of communication, whether it's parent-teacher conferences and then the report card, and then again, parent-teacher conferences. It's kind of about mid-trimester what we do the student parent-teacher conferences. So you get informed throughout the year. And of course, if you ever have any questions or concerns about your child's academic progress as the year goes on, at any time you can reach out.
We as a school do not utilize PowerSchool the way the high school and middle school do. At our age, we just don't feel it's really appropriate for the kind of work our students are doing. So we do not utilize PowerSchool that way. We utilize Seesaw here at CREFT. And so each parent will sign up for a Seesaw account. That's very critical that you do that because a lot of communication is sent through that by our teachers, by me. It's just a way to share things that your students are doing during the day. Teachers, do you want to share some of those things that you've put on Seesaw this year?
I can speak with that. I use Seesaw a lot to communicate with parents, maybe some of the fun things that we're doing. I have an app on my phone, and so it's very easy for me to take pictures of what we're doing in the classroom, and then I can send it to parents. Or if I have a question, I can quickly send a question to a parent. So I use my Seesaw account for communication with parents, but also the activities that we're doing. We also have a lot of activities on there that students do. They take videos of themselves reading books. They do different activities that are centered around the curriculum that we do. And so that you get to see what our students are doing. And it's just a really neat thing. You get to comment on there. So it's throughout the year, you get to see multiple times what your students are actually doing in class through Seesaw.
As far as standardized tests go, we take the iReady assessment. We use that as our screener. So in Iowa, we have what's called the early literacy law, and students in grades K-3 have to take a screener, and then if they fall below a certain line, they're considered at risk or persistently at risk. Those words don't need to scare you. Our teachers do a fabulous job with kids, but that's the screener that we use to identify those kids who need extra support, in addition to those kids who need extra enrichment, because it will give us scores that will allow us to go either way with that. So that's one assessment that we use. We also do the benchmark assessment system, which is a teacher tool that helps us know what your student can do as a reader. So they will do that twice a year. In addition, we do running records, which are more formative assessments. We use progress monitoring tools such as FastBridge, which is in the Iowa system that helps us pinpoint, making sure that we're progress monitoring kids that need additional support. Teachers, any other things that in addition, there's math and other assessments that we take throughout the year, just that are more, classroom-based assessments. But as far as standardized testing, our kids are little. They're 5 and 6 years old. So we don't want to standardize test them to death. So iReady is the main one that we do, and that we get a lot of data from that. Teachers, anything else about assessments? All right, as far as the open enrollment, I would ask that you contact Anna Boehm up at ERC. I don't have that number right now. Let me just send a quick text and see if I can get it. If somebody, or does somebody have that number up there with Anna? She is, Mrs. Avila, I think you might have it.
Yes, 712-366-8248.
And we will hopefully allow people to know that within the coming weeks. We like to keep our class sizes for kindergarten to 18 to 20 students. So that's of course is our goal. Last year we were above that, so we added a kindergarten teacher, right before school started. So that was a little crazy, but for the most part, it's thank you. It's that's our goal. Can't always say that will always happen, but that is our goal, because we know that small class sizes matter for kids our age. Anything else? Oh, Mrs. Schaefer wants to share some information. All right.
In the video, parents, you learned about school dismissal manager, and you will get directions on how to sign up for that before school starts. One thing that I would ask is, I'm out on dismissal duty every day, so if you could have anyone that might be picking up your child download that app, create a username and account. That makes it easier and keeps the dismissal line moving. If the person that is picking up your child is not listed, then we have to call into the office and check pickup permissions. All of that's just to keep the children safe and make sure that they're going with the right people at the end of the day. But if you ever have questions about school dismissal manager, our office staff is great at answering those and helping you set up usernames and accounts for students or for people who are picking up your kids.
And we will not let them go with somebody who's not on that list. So we have parents that often get very frustrated with me because I won't let them go. In this day and age, if you don't give us permission and they're not on that list, they're staying put here at school. So just so you know that's very critical to make sure that you have whoever might be picking that student up, you give them permissions and we have them in Power School. Because if they're not on there, we check, Michelle and those that are on dismissal duty, they'll call into the office if it's somebody we aren't familiar with. So just making sure that is taken care of. Also, we ask for your patience. We have very little students, very young students, and often getting out there isn't quick. They just have to walk from ends of the building down to our dismissal area. And so they don't always walk with the most urgent pace. So sometimes they saunter down there. And so parents are like, where are they? I'm like, they are coming, I promise. So just some patience with that. As we learn your cars, we learn the kids, all of that. So please talk to your students about being able to say his or her name, because that's very difficult for us when they arrive and we don't know who they are. They don't talk to us, they don't say their name. And then, as we mentioned in the video, if you have a sign for your car, and be talking to your students about who's going to pick them up, what does their car look like? Because when we walk out, if we see that sign, and once we get to know you, it's no problem. But the beginning of the year is a little bit trickier because we don't know everybody yet. So it moves a little bit slower at the beginning of the year as we learn each other, the students learn the process, and the parents learn the process as well. In addition, we ask that you stay in your cars. Let us load the students into the car, and then if you need to pull forward or pull down by the park to buckle them in, we ask that you do that, because staying in the car allows us to keep the line moving. We will walk the students out, put them in the car, and then you can buckle them and all that after you pull forward on down the line.
Can I piggyback off you?
Yes.
From a teacher perspective, just make sure if there are changes from their normal that you yourself go into school dismissal manager and change those so that it's in the system. But then it always doesn't hurt just to send a quick message to the teacher letting us know. Just for example, this past week we had our phones and internet went out. So if we know that there's going to be a change in a situation like that, it's not always a bad thing. So
yeah, we ask that you not call the office, but you make those changes in school dismissal manager, because that's what we will rely on, is what you put in that school dismissal manager. But then, as Mrs. Lettner said, just shooting a quick Seesaw message or something to your classroom teacher always just puts an additional layer on that for our students. One of the questions was asked, is literacy instruction more phonics-based or whole language, or a mix? It is a mix, most definitely. The research shows that there is, clear, you can't be the extremes. You can't do one or the other. It has to be integrated, and the kids have to learn how to do it with the phonics, but then apply it to text. So our curriculum is very mixed. There's a focus on phonics. We focus highly on phonological awareness, especially at the kindergarten level. And then we read high quality text. The kids read high quality text, and we learn to think and talk about text in a way that is, it's amazing to listen to these kids learn to talk about text and think about authors and craft. And in addition, our writing ties very closely to that. Students write books. They write amazing things. I'm getting letters now petitioning for monkey bars to be brought back on the playground. They're trying to convince me of things, take some chairs out of the lunchroom. So it's amazing that they learn to write with purpose and with audience. We have a fantastic curriculum here at Craft. The resources that we use are pretty fantastic. Any other thoughts from any kindergarten teachers? In addition, our math curriculum, I'll just mention that we use illustrative math as our curriculum. It was new this year, so our teachers are learning, but it's a very inquiry-based approach to math. I know it's very different than when I was in school. Is any teacher want to speak to that? Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Nunn, Mr. Fredrickson? Hello.
I think you said it perfectly, Mrs. Canoyer. It is inquiry-based. Kids do a lot of hands-on in the classroom with manipulatives and talking large group and sharing their thinking on how to solve problems. And they just learn to be flexible in their math thinking. More than one way to solve a problem, more than one way to see numbers. So you might not always see a lot of things come home either from the math side of things, because it's a lot of hands-on exploring and manipulating in the classroom. We do a lot of problem solving, talking about math problems instead of just looking at your standard problems, instead of just looking at a 3 + 2 and memorizing those facts. We do get to know our facts, but we do it a lot through exploration.
We are not a worksheet-based curriculum. You will not see a lot of worksheets come home. That's why it's very important that your student come to school, because a lot of what we do is experience-based. It's working with students, it's working with teachers, it's talking about text, it's having those group discussions, it's learning how to get along, and those are very difficult to replicate if your student isn't here. So you won't see a lot of worksheets from us, just not what we believe. We're an early childhood building that believes that kids learn best through experience, hands-on, through play. We do play it at Craft Primary School. So the reason they're all laughing is because this next question about the library, are they restricted to level readers, and could they check out any book? Absolutely, they can. We don't use level readers. We will never use anything that restricts children as to what they can check out or what they can do in the library, because they're readers. Now, we do use level text as a teacher tool to provide instruction for them in reading when they're learning how to read, but when they go to the library, they can choose anything. Mrs. Neitzer, do you want to speak to that?
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Anything that they want to check out is fair game. In fact, Mrs. Amy and Mrs. Skokin have worked so hard this year to rearrange the library to make it more kid-friendly. So now, instead of having to just kind of walk through the shelves and hope something jumps out at them, you can see that there's a section for dinosaurs. So if you're really excited about dinosaurs, you can just go to the dinosaur section and find the books that you're interested in, instead of just kind of wandering around and looking. So I'm so excited that they get to just pick out whatever they want to based on what they're interested in.
And to piggyback off of that as well, all of us have classroom libraries as well. And that is another great opportunity daily that students have to access our books that we not only read aloud in the classroom, but we also have books organized by genre, author, topic, characters, you name it. We've organized it, but kids can access any book at any level in our classroom as well. So we just love literature here at Craft. So
we also next year are going to be doing some more strategic handwriting instruction. There's been a lot of research done with the brain and handwriting, and so we are going to put a systemic handwriting system in place pre-K through first grade next year. So if you hear your student talking about that, it will be new next year for our teachers. So grant us a little grace with that as we learn to manipulate and work with that. But it will help us systemically to teach kids how to form letters and make letters in a way that's based on brain research through Handwriting Without Tears. That's the curriculum we're going to use. All right, anything else? Anybody else have any last minute questions? Last minute comments from the teachers?
I'll just add from like with PBIS, you saw on the video the Titan tickets and the Titan Tower. We like to celebrate here at Creft, and we like to have celebrations throughout the year that are ongoing. So you may get messages about like a whole school-wide dance party or a school-wide glow stick party or wear crazy sock day, or we're going to do a chalk the walk for our next whole school prize. But then classroom teachers also do different celebrations within their classrooms to celebrate positive behavior, and also for students to really get positive feedback throughout their day for being respectful, responsible, and safe. And we do a lot of community building. I would say all of the classrooms are really like a tight-knit family where students respect each other, they respect their teacher, and they work really hard to encourage one another and help each other out. And it's really sweet to see how they get to love each other and care about each other. So we work on that daily.
Mrs. Nunn, I think you were going to talk about the question about technology.
I got it. At Creft, our students get to use the computer during reading times as one of the stations when they're not working in a small group with the teacher. They listen to books. They do several different programs and opportunities to help them with the level that they're on. And we use touchscreen Chromebooks. Some classrooms also use iPads as our technology is used throughout the day. We use it in math. We use it on Seesaw, like Amber mentioned earlier. Just giving parents a chance to see things that we do at school that you can't see at home, because as Mrs. Knoyer said, we don't have a lot of worksheets. So being able to open up your Seesaw message and have your kid read to you is amazing, because you don't get to see that at home with the books you have. So technology plays a big part of our day.
We also do play during the day, as I mentioned. A big focus here at Creft is social emotional learning. And we need kids to be able to get along with others. We need them to learn how to control their emotions. We need to learn how to work together with peers. And so we do that through play. So we do have times during the day when students play together. You have to remember they are 5 and 6 years old, and play is their work a lot of times. So we do have times during the day where we allow children to play, and as teachers, we support them in how to build and compromise and work together with each other during that time. All right. Anything else? All right, well then, if there are no other questions, we thank you for joining us tonight, and we so look forward to meeting your student next year at Creft. You can't believe, it makes me teary-eyed. This group, this bunch of people on this screen is phenomenal. You are so lucky that your child is stepping into this school, because they are going to be loved, they're going to be cared for, they're going to be taught, and they are going to be inspired here at Creft Primary School. So thank you, and we look forward to working with you. All right, Josh, I've